Okay, so today I'm going to be ranking the teams based on how I think they will do next year. First up, the Arizona Cardinals. This year they did absolutely terrible, but I think maybe they'll get a good draft pick, and maybe, just maybe, they'll be good. I'm going to put them at C. I think give them a few more years, they might do something good, but next year I don't think it's the year for them. Falcons. I don't know if there's much to say about them. They're going to. I want to put them at D tier, but yeah, I'm putting them at D tier. I don't know. I don't really think they're gonna do good. Baltimore, they're gonna get a new coach, so they'll at least have that with them, and they still have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I think they'll do pretty good next year. I do not want them to because I'm a Steelers fan, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do good. So I'm going to go ahead and put them at A tier. Bills. Buffalo Bills. Poor Josh Allen, man. They're going to get a new coach too. But Bills, I think, have a lot of potential. I'm going to go ahead and put them at S tier. I think that's going to be our first S tier. Carolina Panthers, not even saying anything about them. I'm just going to go ahead and put them at D tier. Bears, they did really good this year so far. And honestly, I'm rooting for them to win the Super Bowl. So I'm going to put them at A tier. They're not the best team in the NFL, but they're definitely not the worst. Bengals, I'm going to give them a solid B tier. They might get a good pick. They got Joe Burrow. Browns are going D tier. Cowboys, C tier. Broncos. Broncos did really good this year, and if they have Bo Nix again next year, he just got hurt. Bo Nix will be really good for that team. I'm gonna go ahead and put them at. We're gonna go A tier, high A tier. They're right at that line. I don't know that they're exactly S tier yet, but they're definitely A tier. Lions. Lions, I wish they would get one good year, but I don't think they're. I think they're going to be right in the middle of the pack. I think they're going to be a B tier. Green Bay Packers, they did pretty good this year. I think if they get a good draft pick, they'll be really good. I'm going to go ahead and put them at a solid A tier. Texans, the CJ Stroud is stinking it up. And if they keep him, they're going to be B tier. So I'm going to go ahead and put them at B tier above the Lions, though. The Colts, they did really good for the first part of the year and really bad for the second part of the year. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to be like they were at the end of the year and put them at bottom C tier. Jaguars, oh, I want them to do good so bad, but I just don't think that they're going to. I really want Trevor Lawrence to get something good, but I'm going to go ahead and put them at bottom of A tier. Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know that there's much to say about them. Travis Kelce, I'm pretty sure, is retiring. Patrick Mahomes should. I don't like the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll go ahead and and they're not even that good. I'm going to put them below the Colts at C tier. The Chargers. Chargers are pretty good. I think I'm going to put them at a solid B tier. They're not bad, but they're definitely not the best, so I'm just going to give them a solid B tier. LA Rams. They're not terrible, I would say. I mean, I don't think they're good enough for A tier. But I would say that they're better than the Lions. I think it'll stay that way for next year. I just don't know if they're quite better than the Texans. I'm going to put them behind the Texans, but I think they have potential for next year, especially if they get a tight end or a wide receiver. That would be really good for them, especially since they already have Puka Nacua. Raiders, I think I'm going to go with a solid D tier. I don't think there's actually they're above the Browns, but they're definitely not good, and I don't think that even a few good draft picks could help them much. Dolphins, I honestly don't like the Dolphins like that much, but I wouldn't mind if they won a Super Bowl. I wouldn't care, but I just don't think they're going to, and for that reason, and because they did terrible this year, I'm gonna have to put them. They might be at the bottom of C tier, lower than the Cowboys. Um, Vikings. Well, this is a tough one because they did really good last year, but this year they did not do good. But I think they have potential for next year. Getting rid of Sam Darnold was a horrible mistake. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna go B tier for them. Patriots. I hate the Patriots. But from what they did this year, it was pretty good. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put them at S tier. Saints might be the worst team in the NFL, but I think they'll do. Maybe they'll get a good draft pick and do good. So for that reason, I'm not putting them at the absolute bottom. That spot is reserved for the Tennessee Titans right here. But the Giants. Oh, they have so much potential. Oh, I did not mean to do that. There's so much potential. They have Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. Oh, that could be such a good combo, but they just don't use them. And for that reason, this year they were not good because they used Russell Wilson. I know what it's like to have Russell Wilson because I'm a Steelers fan. We had him last year for 1 year, and it was not that good. But I think they have John Harbaugh too now. And I'm not saying he's a good coach, but he's definitely one of the better ones. Even as a Steelers fan, I don't like him, but he's definitely better. So for that reason, I think that they have a lot of potential. I'm gonna put them at the bottom of B. I mean, at the top of B tier. New York Jets. Well, there's not too much to say about them besides the fact that they weren't good this year. They weren't good last year. I don't really know what the playoffs are. For that reason, I'm going to put them below the Raiders. I don't even think they're one of those teams that I don't think just 1 year will fix much. They need a few years to fix anything. So for that reason, I'm putting them at closer to the bottom of D tier. The Eagles. That's a tough one. They won the Super Bowl last year. I can't remember. Are they in the playoffs? Hang on. Didn't they lose? Yeah, they lost in the wild card round. Yeah, so Eagles. Oh, they made it to the playoffs, but they lost in the wild card round. I think I'm gonna have to go. I think they're B tier. I think they're above. I think they're right behind the Rams. I think they're above the Lions, but right behind the Rams. So I'm gonna put them right there. Steelers. Oh, I want the Steelers to do good so bad. I know that they're not, which is really sad, but we do get a new coach, which is amazing. No offense to Mike Tomlin, but it was time for him to go. He had been there for 19 years, which is way too long. We've been to the playoffs 7 years in a row and lost in the first round 7 years in a row. Didn't even make it the 2 years before that. But yeah, I think they will be better than the Minnesota Vikings because we somehow managed to get a winning record every year. I think we're going to go right behind the Chargers. But we have potential, but it just depends on who we get from the draft. But I think the Chargers have a little bit of potential to be really good this year. The Seattle Seahawks. I personally think they're going to the Super Bowl. And for that reason, I'm pretty sure they are above all of the other teams. Yeah. I think they're the number one team in the NFL right now. Even though I do not like the Seahawks, but they are definitely, well, not definitely, but they're probably the number one team. Next is San Francisco 49ers. They got absolutely blown out last night. And for that reason, specifically, I'm going to have to. Well, actually, they're also playing the Seahawks, which I could consider a win team in the NFL. I think I'm going to put them behind the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, I feel like that's a good place to put them. Buccaneers. I don't. Honestly, they kind of had a sad performance this year. I'm actually going to do a switch up. I'm going to put the Buccaneers right here and put the Panthers in front of the Dolphins. And then I think we all know where this team is going. I would like to say the worst record in the NFL. I'm not quite sure though. And I don't think that they're going anywhere. So for that reason, I think I'm going to put them at the bottom of D tier. Hey, and who knows? Maybe it'll prove me wrong. I wouldn't mind. Tennessee Titans, maybe. But I just don't think that's happening. Washington Commanders, they had a horrible performance this year compared to what they could have. They have a great team, and the year before that, they did amazing. Last year they did amazing, and this year they did terrible. But I think maybe they get a little refresh. Kind of got humbled this year, so maybe it'll give them a little refresh to what the NFL is actually like again. I think I'm going to put them right here behind the Minnesota Vikings, but in front of the 49ers. Yeah, and that's my list for the what I think the NFL is going to look like next year, what the best teams are from worst all the way to the best. Comment if you think that comment if you would change the list at all. And yeah, thank you for watching.